So environment, climate, health, pandemics. That's the whole world is feeling, at least was feeling last year. So during the Shang Dynasty, which was 17th century BC to about 1000 BC, ancient people have divided 4 solar systems: the spring equinox, the summer solstice, the autumn equinox, and the winter solstice by observing the shadow at noon. When the shadow is the shortest in a year, it is summer solstice, and the longest is winter solstice, and the moderate is spring equinox or autumn fall equinox. In 104 BC, the astronomical positions of 24 solar terms were decided. Later, we also decided 5 days is called a whole, and a year is also viewed as 72 phenologies. So as you can see from either graph, there are 24 solar terms in a year. And you can tell that we are currently reaching spring equinox of 2021, March 20th, we are reaching it. And the theory of 5 yin 6 qi, sometimes translated as 5 circuits and 6 qi, the prerequisite of TCM theory is devoted to studying the relationship of celestial movement, climate, ecology, and humans. In ancient China, every TCM doctor had to understand 5 yin 6 qi with a clear view of time and space and how it's affecting human health and disease. Unfortunately, many TCM practitioners nowadays don't even know what that is. So 5 yin 6 qi, it analyzes every 60 years as a subcycle and every 180 years full cycle. For each year of the cycle, there are time-tested descriptions about the climate and disease trends. So it's not mystical that it precisely predicted the time windows for pandemics, from SARS, swine flu to COVID-19. The time windows of outbreaks very exact. The lunar year 2021, year of the ox, has a fundamental theme in climate, insufficient water, implying dampness and coldness in the qi. So for people who suffer from edema, rheumatoid arthritis, or infertility, their kidney system problems, this year could be a little bit more obvious. Why? Because this year is a year of this insufficient water. I'll talk about it next. So from January 20th to 2021, I mean this year, from January 20th to March 20th, which is tomorrow, it was the first, or I can call it today. So from January 20th to today was the first qi of lunar year 2021. And the past time window was not conducive to the spread of any pandemic or epidemic. In the US, people attributed the recent COVID drop purely to vaccines and policies. No public health authorities or media thought about climate, which was the key driving factor. In the US, some public figures who do not understand this were saying that they expect COVID situation to end in April. I hope that's true, but let's take a look at what's taught on ancient text. In Yellow Emperor's Canon of Medicine, for this year, which this book, by the way, was compiled 2,700 years ago. For this year called Xin Chou of the 60-year cycle, During the upcoming time window, second qi of this year, climate will change, especially from early April to late May. It has the heat from the fire and wind from the wood. Because of excessive fire, and now till April the 5th was also warm, epidemic could break out again during this time, usually having a delay in media news if it does. And if it does break out, it may continue for a little bit. Therefore, we must take good measures to prevent the epidemic, not to overlook, but not to over fearful as well. Since the dampness and coldness due to insufficient water this year is slightly better than last year's dryness due to excessive metal. So during this upcoming time window called second qi, if pneumonia or nose bleeding occurs, it is best to add some traditional medicine that has heat clearing and dampness reduction effects. Every herbal medicine I prepared in section we'll talk about again on our YouTube channel needs to consider time, space, person too. So for those who have more interest in this ancient theory and modern application, feel free to check out my Medium posts. I will also put on more topics that we did not have time to talk about on Herbal-Pal's YouTube channel. So please subscribe and share to those who might benefit from traditional Chinese medicine.